Hello, everyone. Welcome to a new episode of Smashi Sports Show. Welcome, Majid. How are you today?
Your voice is coming with such a nice echo. It feels like I'm in a cinema and I'm watching a movie, Aziz. But yeah,
That's
I'm good.
my voice, magic.
Oh, that's the dramatic
Yes, that's
Aziz
dramatic
voice.
Aziz voice.
Yeah, but a lot of things are happening in the world of sports, and
Yep.
Smashi Sports Show is here to tell you all about it. And very interestingly, we're today going to discuss can Salah, should Salah, or will Salah win the Ballon d'Or? But you'll have to wait till the
We've
end
been
of the
covering
show.
Salah a lot lately, right?
Yeah, he's the star of Arab world, so Arab football at least. So yeah, we'll discuss him at the end. That should he, could he, would he win the Ballon d'Or? A lot of pointers, but let's start with the
Let's start
shorter
with it.
news. So teams from UAE, Saudi Arabia, and Qatar are reportedly interested in signing Luka Jovic.
Luka Jovic.
Yeah, I've had this player in my I don't know why I always have FIFA references or at
I
least
think like you whenever they like transfer one player, you go and buy it.
Yeah,
on
like,
your
oh,
FIFA.
cheap player, good speed, buy him. But yeah, a lot of teams are interested in him. So according to Emirat Al Yom, the newspaper of the publication, teams from Saudi, Qatar, and UAE are interested. The report, however, did not state which teams are interested in the 27-year-old Serbian who is currently valued at $2.85 million. Very nice price for a 27-year-old. It's not that expensive.
It's cheap, I would say.
Because he still has like 3-4 years of time left.
Yeah, it's even cheap.
So yeah, let's see. Hopefully, we'll see more stars coming to UAE, Qatar, and Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia is like the highlight at this point.
Big chance that he go to Saudi
Yeah.
Arabia, but UAE
yeah.
and Qatar also are good.
Teams
teams
are
for
always in pursuit of good players, and if you get them for 2.5, I would say it's a very good deal. Second story, Aziz.
The second
It's
story
from
of
your
today.
second home country, kind of, right? So French leagues.
UAE side Al again are looking
Yeah.
to sign Mohamed Abdelmonem on loan with an option to buy with $5.1 million. Again, we've seen a couple of stories of Al Ain strengthen up their team in
Yeah.
order to compete in the FIFA Club World Cup happening in June, and this is their third international player that they are targeting.
The
He's
funny thing
playing
is, both
with
of them, the first one that we discussed, were attackers.
yeah.
This time it's a defender.
It's a defender,
So I'm
center back.
okay,
Yeah.
they are thinking about defense.
Yeah, strategy. Yeah, they're going a good way. According to Caro 24, yes, they're targeting the Nice defender. He's playing with the
Yeah.
League One, League in Nice.
Another Egyptian.
Yeah, another Egyptian. Yeah.
Yeah, Egyptian players are doing great. I think it's the right time for any kid who is like 16 or 17 or 15
To rise.
who has been playing football to rise.
Yeah.
Because Egyptian players, we see them everywhere now. So yeah, it's going to be a very good story if he comes. Reports stated that the move from the former Al Ahly player comes as Alain prepare for the 2025 FIFA World Club World Cup. And they're trying to strengthen their squads. Every week we do the show. At least there is one transfer rumor or report.
I mean, they
about
are in a
them.
rush in a bit because it's
Yeah.
happening in like 2 months, and
Yeah.
it's like 1
So as
month
soon as
maybe.
they can sign
As soon
someone,
as they
right?
can sign someone, but
Yeah.
the option to buy here for Mohamed Abdelmonem is a good one
Yeah.
because they are planning to keep him if he performs well in the World Cup. So
Yeah.
so yeah, that's a
And
good thing.
Moving from football to one very nice story which came in the middle of the week. Saudi Cash is reviving boxing's Don King era. This was said by World Boxing Council chief, who is the head of World Boxing Council. His name is Mauricio Suleiman. He's the president of the World Boxing Council. He said Saudi Arabia's major investments are transforming boxing, restoring the sport's glamour. He compares it to the heyday of Don King era, who promoted boxing legends like Muhammad Ali. So yeah, he's thinking that Saudi's money is bringing all the glamour back to boxing.
I think
Yeah.
so.
And the kingdom, led by Turki Al Sheikh, he's the head of General Entertainment Authority, the man behind Riyadh season, the man behind so many things that you see in Saudi Arabia right
And the
now.
guy taking care of boxing and wrestling games in
he
Saudi.
recently bought the Ring magazine also. Personally bought it, not under PIF or Saudi or anything. He personally bought it because the Ring is like a legendary magazine and he's going to revive the rankings for boxing as well. So very interesting buy.
Yeah, he
from
loves
this guy.
boxing. He loves boxing. It's his thing.
Yeah.
And he wants, again, Saudi to be the center of boxing in the whole world.
Yeah.
And
there was a Tyson Fury fight with Alexander Usyk in the recent Riyadh season, which concluded. And he was the guy who organized
who hosted
it.
it.
And the prize pot was $100 million. So nice money for people. He's talking about
didn't
Don
like the
King
fight,
because
though, but
talking about Don King. I also remember Don King because of Muhammad Ali, because he was the promoter. But I think money is coming back to boxing. The only problem I see is Saudi is now financially strained because Neom Project wants more money. Because oil prices are down, so they're not making enough money. So will it continue or not? That's the question. That is still the question.
True.
But when this question was asked to WBC chief, he said, yes, they. The way I see it, they're investing. I don't think they'll pull back the money.
Of course, you'll say yes.
He's on Saudi's side because they're obviously spending money. Suleiman attended the Riyadh season WBC Boxing Grand Prix and discussed the potential for long-term partnership with Saudi Arabia, including the creation of a boxing museum. So we'll see a boxing museum. Most probably we'll see memorabilia from a lot of big boxing stars and new international events. Suleiman said he's hopeful that Saudi cash will drive unification if it's correctly handled. So he's saying money is good, but handling it is also important. Not like too many baskets, too many eggs. He's like, just bring everyone together. And we know, I think there's IBA International Boxing Association, then there's World Boxing Council, and there's like 4 or 5 things that happen. And he's like, no, there should be like one unification. Like there should be one FIFA kind of a thing. But FIFA also has a rival, UEFA, but not like international level, but kind of like money division.
Makes sense.
So this is...
These efforts are part of Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman's strategy to diversify the economy and the boost tourism.
Important.
Of course, the same. It's, at the end, the objective is to boost tourism and economy through these events.
Next story is another Saudi story. Saudi Arabia open to 64 team World Cup in 2034. Reuters reported this. Very interesting day. Let's see the whole summary of the pointers. So Saudi Arabia is open to hosting a 64 team World Cup in 2034. They won the hosting rights.
64 World Cup. This is going to be the first 64 World Cup.
If it happens. Right? So FIFA wants to expand the tournament. I know that 64 team plan has been in always, but let's see. South America's CONMEBOL, CONMEBOL, Confederation of, I remember the full form, I forgot it now. But they also suggested that the 2030 World Cup should be with 64 teams. The 2030 World Cup is in Spain, Portugal and Morocco. They also proposed that it should be a 64 team. 2076 World Cup is 48 teams already. 48 teams, bro. That's a lot of teams.
A lot of teams.
I think 32 is enough. But they're going for 48 for 2026, which is coming next year. And 2030 is most probably also going to get 48 teams. But the people who are organizing it, Spain, Portugal and Morocco, they think it should be 64. And somehow if it becomes 64, the Saudi one will be 64 as well. Because once you increase the teams, you're not decreasing them.
It will be forever be 64. Like the minimum would be 64 teams.
And we were talking about it before the show. Very interestingly, a lot of countries.
Honestly,
a lot of visitors coming.
I would agree. I mean, I want to see more teams competing for such a big cup. But the World Cup is a World Cup. You only have one World Cup, so like 32 teams is ideal because they struggle to qualify in order to be one of these 32 teams. So. My personal opinion, I'm not a big fan of the 64 team World Cup, but I think it's a big thing. I think they can do it. They can handle it. Saudi, like in terms of facilities, in terms of
the space they have.
Yeah, the space they have.
The space they have, the time frame they have. It's going to be 2 months. It's most probably going to be 4, 5, 6 games per day. Usually it's 2 or 3 games. We'll see 4, 5, 6 games happening. I think people from different countries. It's going to be good for the host because 64 nations, 64 countries, 64 kind of people coming to your country. It's so really good. Tourism-wise, money-wise, gate money-wise. The only problem that I see is matches per day, 6 matches per day, it's going to be a problem for people who want to support two teams. So they'll have to pick and choose a lot. But that's a very nice problem to have, right?
It's a nice problem to have in the beginning of the cup, because going through the cup, we'll definitely go to the quarterfinals and semifinals. So at the end, we have 8 teams competing or 16 teams competing, and we'll go back to the same format of the World Cup. But some people would be happy for it, especially teams who didn't have the chance to qualify to the World Cup. Now they have a higher percentage to be one of these teams. And
I'll tell you the story of Qatar World Cup, because at that point I was not in UAE, I was in Pakistan. So one of my friends was living in Qatar, so my living problem and all those expenses were solved, food, etc. I just had to buy a ticket and go to Qatar.
Okay.
I remember the buying ticket process is so difficult. First you enroll, you register with everything, you put in your card, and then there's a draw for the all the stands. So they divide it into categories: gold, silver, blah blah blah, this stand, that stand, and you have to select 8 matches. You can't select all matches. You only select 8, and then you put in your name in the draw. It's your luck which game you'll get. So you can get a final, or you can get a very pre-qualification kind of a friendly match. So I applied to 8 matches. I didn't get any. Very unluckily, I didn't get any. One of my friends who lives in Qatar, because he was living in Qatar, he applied. He got 3 tickets, and one was for a semi-final spot. Nice. So he was really happy. Then my brother applied. A lot of my friends in Pakistan applied. Someone got 1 ticket, 2 tickets. So for traveling fans, less matches means they have a lesser chance.
Yeah.
So I think with 64 teams, more matches, you'll have more chance of at least watching one World Cup game. So consumer-wise, people-wise, I think it's good. Saudi Arabia, infrastructure-wise, I think they 100% can support
it's feasible. They can do it. Yeah.
They have so much space. They're building so many stadiums. It won't be a problem. It's just that the decision, as soon as it comes, it will be good for them. Because right now, I think they have 10 to 12 stadiums, which they're building in the process. They have 10 years to build them, now 9 years. But eventually, if it's a 64-team World Cup, they may want 1 or more stadiums also. And it takes 3 to 4 years to build a good 30,000-40,000 capacity stadium.
I think in terms of facilities, they are good. Even if we give them 3 years, they can do it. Saudi, they can do it.
Honestly, we saw with Qatar.
To be transparent,
they built everything in 2 to 3 years. It was very quick process, and the very good thing was one of their stadiums was completely sustainable. So as soon as it finished, they completely brought it down and used that material somewhere else.
Yeah, ready to go.
So it was a very nice
There's no
idea.
testing phase or something.
Yeah. But 64-team World Cup, if it happens in Saudi Arabia, pros and cons, the only con that I see is if it's done very last minute, and if it's decided very last minute, it's going to be a construction problem for Saudi, nothing else. But they're already buying 1/3 of the world's steel. Imagine 33% of the world's steel, 2024, Saudi Arabia bought it for their NEOM project. So they already have the steel, I think, in some warehouse. They'll just use some of it to build a stadium.
They just need
otherwise, I think it's a very good idea. The only reason that more matches, more visibility, more people can go to the matches. Very good for Saudi tourism. That's the main thing, what I think. I am very pro-Saudi in this case. 64-team World Cup, I give it an okay. But let's see what will be decided. Lastly, the thing that we told you about. Would Salah win the Ballon d'Or? Just to remind you, Ballon d'Or has been separated from FIFA now.
In France, we call it the Ballon d'Or.
Ballon d'Or.
Say it again.
Ballon d'Or.
Ballon d'Or.
Ballon d'Or.
It's like Christian Dior one. You say it like Christian Dior. But
Christian Dior, yeah. Christian Dior. Right? The R is her, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, Ballon d'Or is basically now separated from FIFA. It's been 2 years now. So FIFA now has its own FIFA Best Award. And Ballon d'Or, which is a magazine, I know, they did it with FIFA, but now FIFA had some rights issue or money issue with them. So they separated. So if he doesn't win the Ballon d'Or, sorry, Aziz. If he doesn't win the Ballon d'Or.
There's no Yor. It's Ballon and d'Or.
Ballon d'Or. If he doesn't win the Ballon d'Or, most probably he has a chance to win the best award by FIFA also.
Yeah, but...
And why? a lot of numbers are there. Aziz, open click. I've sent you the numbers. Tell me.
Before click, before numbers, like, do you value other like
Awards?
awards apart from the Ballon
See,
d'Or?
when they were together,
I think
I
they
loved it.
created like just to
Yeah.
compensate the sadness of some players when they don't get it. You know, okay, maybe I believe into the most improved player, the one who's
Yeah.
really like boosted his stats from
Yeah.
from, I don't know, 2 goals to
Yeah.
25 goals. Okay,
Yeah.
that makes sense. But best player, best wingman, best people, no
Yeah.
one will remember that. They only remember the Ballon d'Or guys. You know,
They just know that I think Ronaldo won 4, Messi won 5 or 6.
1, 5, 6.
Yeah, they
doesn't-
don't care. They're like, okay, Messi won more. We win. Argument, Messi won more, so he's the best player.
Yeah.
But no, I think it used to make sense when there was less football. So less matches, less football. So there was like more novelty attached to it.
Yeah.
Now, I think with Rodri winning, sorry, I'm very against Rodri winning. There should have been someone else.
Okay,
Everyone
we
can
talked-
have opinions, you know.
we spoke
Everyone can
about it.
have an opinion. I think he deserved it, but not enough. There were like other. I would have given it to Vinicius Junior. He was at the peak of his form, led the team through Champions League and everything. Maybe Haaland, maybe because he was on a very like high goal scoring spree. But Salah, yeah. To be
Yeah.
honest, Salah, I think it's that time where Ronaldo and Messi like outshone everyone, and no one was able to win everything. There's like this one Ballon d'Or, everyone was like Ribéry, 100% Frank Ribéry, the
Benzema
guy
also,
will win it.
Benzema also. Like
Yeah,
a couple of
Benzema
times,
like
yeah.
out of the blue won it. But I
Yeah.
think it was like at the end of Ronaldo Messi career.
Yeah.
Otherwise, those guys, they didn't let anyone win anything.
True.
Frank Ribéry went through it. No, sorry, not Ribéry. The other guy. Frank Ribéry was one of the contenders in some time. He came out, I saw a video of him, he came out and like, yeah, they gave it to them because they were like, okay, we want to keep it important, so we should give it to Ronaldo and Messi. Good for publicity. But
Harry Kane?
you would know the guy, the bald
Lewandowski,
guy,
Harry?
plays with Frank Ribéry in Bayern Munich. Very great, left-footed, always used to cut in, curl it inside.
Robin?
No. What's his full name? I know this guy. I know him inside out. He was my best man whenever I played with Bayern Munich. Ultra speed, always played on the right wing, always would cut in, always would score with the curl.
Left foot?
Left-footed, Bayern Munich, winger, right wing. Bald guy, German guy, great player. But yeah, I'll remember his name. Give me just 1 second. Whenever you try to force it, you don't remember. But yeah, Iron Robin.
I told you Robin.
I was like Iron Robin. So yeah, Iron Robin was like, he won Champions League that year. He won literally Bundesliga. Okay, Bundesliga is like very Bayern Munich thing every time they win. But again, he won so much and still it went to Ronaldo, I think.
Yeah.
So yeah, these are the things. I think the value of the awards has become quite suspicious now. Giving a CDM, a central defensive midfielder in City, okay, they won Champions League, they won League, they won literally the quartet, 4 titles. But again, the CDM, I think if any CDM in EPL deserved an award, it was N'Golo Kante.
Yeah, Kante, yeah.
Obviously, no, he
He's so
didn't win
consistent.
much with
He's so
Chelsea,
consistent.
but the best CDM in recent history is N'Golo Kante. The work, bro, from defense to offense in 5 seconds. From offense to defense in 2 seconds. He's so quick. He's like
And
a
he does
monster.
it 90 minutes.
Yeah,
90 minutes in
Yeah.
one.
I remember one year of FPL. Again, sorry, my stats are a little skewed towards
Going
FPL.
back to FPL.
I used to always find like 2 or 3 players who always played 90 minutes. And N'Golo Kante was the first choice. He would always play the 90 minutes.
Yeah.
Every match, every cup, every tournament.
Yeah.
It's not even like in League Cup, the guy would be like,
He's
no,
a
we don't
beast,
need a
he's a beast,
CDM.
he's a
We'll-
beast. He's a beast,
90
N'Golo
minutes.
Kante, yeah.
So yeah, he was a complete monster of a CDM.
Yeah.
But yeah, he deserved it.
Yeah, he deserved it.
Sorry, long rant, but yeah, let's go back to Salah.
Salah individual
All this
achievement.
rant is because if Salah doesn't win this year, with
Yeah.
so many things that he's done, It's
I mean,
going
he
to
has
be-
set the Premier League record
Yeah.
for most goal contribution in a single campaign with 27 goals and 18 assists.
Imagine.
He leads the race for the European Golden Shoe ahead of players like Lewandowski, Harry Kane, and Victor Gyökeres.
Yeah.
In terms of Ballon d'Or candidacy, Salah looks strong. It looks strong, honestly.
Yeah.
With these impressive individual statistics and performance.
See, Lamine
But
Yamal-
we have Lamine Yamal. Yeah.
He's good. He's a kid. He's not like, even if he's
It's
like
not about
27,
kids.
28.
Yeah, but he's good.
Compared to Salah, he didn't do enough.
Yeah, he
right?
didn't do enough,
With
I think.
Rafinha, compared to Salah, didn't do enough.
Rafinha also did very well.
Again, with the impact, right? Like Salah, you remove Salah from the equation. Liverpool have won by the way, Premier League. On Sunday, they beat Tottenham, so they won the Premier League. They'll be
The
crowned
thing
after the end of
is,
the...
Salah lacks of major team trophies, and especially
Yeah.
the Champions League and
Yeah,
FA
they're
Cup.
out of them.
They're already out
Yeah.
of them, so this can be also a factor, a very big factor for.
And I think
for Ballon d'Or.
I still have
and
it in my
It
heart.
could hurt his Ballon d'Or chances.
70% Salah will win it. I just have 70%. 30% I don't believe. So Ballon d'Or, you know the process. How do they select a player? So every country which is part of FIFA federation, they're sent an invite and they can vote for their best player. So they get a short list and you send it to them. Then there's a whole list of journalists who are registered with FIFA and all these all the things that come under UEFA, etc., etc. They're registered with them. They also get sent an email, so they actually vote. So I always thought it was like 5 people, a panel sitting and deciding. Let's give it to him.
But
It's
I
a
don't
very
think-
long process.
Yeah, it's a very long process. But just like the NBA, it's just like any big other.
Yeah.
But all these external people that votes,
Yeah.
they have like a 5% impact, or 10%, 6%. For
No,
example,
but
all
national
stars,
team captains get it.
All stars in NBA, apart from like the franchise and apart from the NBA itself, 50 or 40% of the voting is like regular fans. So fans vote.
No,
So,
no
yeah.
fans in Ballon d'Or.
Like you can have like 90% of the fans voting for that player, and then he's not included in the All-Star.
Oh.
So as you said, very complex. It's very
Yeah.
like a lot of people
This is
are.
good to know that you have fans involved in NBA. There is no fan involvement in Ballon d'Or.
Yeah.
There's only the federation heads, for example.
Otherwise,
PF
we'd be having Cristiano Ronaldo for the last 15 years.
all years. So all the federation heads, all the captains of the teams. So there's also a very unequal division, which I don't like, that smaller teams which are registered with FIFA, which have their federation registered, like PFF, Pakistan Football Federation, Indian Football Federation, they only get 2 votes. So the Indian captain, he will vote, and the Indian federation head, he'll get a vote. No one else gets a vote.
Okay.
But with big teams like England, Germany, they get 7, 8, 10 votes per team. So I think that's unfair, but yeah, they have a bigger impact on football. So I think like that, if you see it like that. But yeah, so a lot of people who are actually involved with football, they all vote, and everyone gets a voting right. Journalists get a voting right. Then there's also these associations. There's the Players Journalist Association in England, and they're like in every big continent. There's so much complication involved. The only thing is that anyone who votes for these players is involved with
It's
football
involved
somehow.
into it, yeah.
You can't just randomly be a fan and Ballon d'Or, I think this guy. Otherwise, the whole India's
it's complex,
player will
it's
always
complex,
win.
yeah.
They have the biggest population. They'll be like 1.2 billion votes for this guy.
And that's it. No,
Sunil
that's
Chhetri
why.
is the captain
This
of
is why
India.
it's
I think he
different from one
retired.
federation to another. I
Yeah.
mean, also the team success is very crucial
Yeah.
for Ballon d'Or. While Salah is excelling individually, and Liverpool is not competing. in
But the
key
funny thing
cups.
is, the rivals are from Barcelona. All 3 of them: Lewandowski, Lamine Yamal, Rafinha. All of them are.
Fun fact, yeah.
And Yamal is like 17. Don't give him Ballon d'Or right now. Ballon d'Or right now. Otherwise, he'll stop playing. He'll be like, I have won the pinnacle. I've been at the pinnacle at 17. What else do I do? Right?
Yeah.
Don't give him a Ballon d'Or.
I don't think Lamine Yamal will get it. Maybe Lewandowski or Rafinha, but I don't think Lewandowski also will get. I mean,
Ousmane Dembele from PSG is a good contender. 32
yeah, Dembele
goals.
also is a very
Yes.
very good
Same goals as
contender this
Salah.
year.
And they may have a chance to win Club World Cup. So yeah, that can be a big.
Yeah, they have the Club World Cup coming up in June.
Yeah.
So yeah, a lot of things are happening. The challenge ahead for Salah, he likes a major international trophy. Although he's performed for Liverpool, but
But yeah, see,
lacks
this
in
last part
club competition. Yeah.
intends to stay in the Ballon d'Or conversation because he's going to lead Egypt to Africa Cup of Nations, AFCON. So he's going to lead the team there if they win, which they usually do. AFCON is like Egypt's plate; they always win.
Yeah.
And the World Cup also.
World Cup in the coming
Yeah.
years. And
So-
Egypt will be having a very, very good national team in the
Yeah.
World Cup. With
They're
Salah
under
Mermoz,
17. We did this story. Under 17
yeah.
qualified
Under
for
17
World Cup.
qualified for the first
So
time.
they have good kids who will have World Cup experience coming into the main team.
Yeah.
Very interesting to see that.
Plus Marmoush, plus Salah,
Yeah.
plus so yeah, it's a good thing. It's a very bright
Yeah.
future for Salah.
So let's see
we'll
what they do
it.
in this upcoming
We'll
World
see
Cup.
it.
I will keep my eyes on Egypt. I don't
Okay,
have
let me
really
tell
much
you
hope from
something.
Saudi Arabia.
You have 10 seconds to tell me which one you think will be the Ballon d'Or from Lamine Yamal, Rafinha, Lewandowski, Dembele, or Salah.
I would say Salah.
I'll
My
give you 10
heart-
seconds. You could use the 10 seconds.
I would say Salah because my mind and brain, like conscious, unconscious, everything is like Salah is the guy this year.
Okay.
And since he signed a 2-year deal, they would want to award him in some way. And every journalist, every like piece of football news that you see analysis, they somehow mention Salah's form. So I think even with Champions League out and everything, he has a good chance this year. That is why we're discussing it also. He has a very good chance this year. So go, bro, score 2, 3, 5 more goals. Be a winner. Win more. Do something. Do a bicycle kick. We were just watching Spectacro. I don't know how to
the
pronounce it
Philippine
properly.
sports.
Yeah, but
But
if
any
you,
guy from that sport would win Ballon d'Or every day.
yeah. So if you don't know about Spectacro, it's a very interesting sport. We have this colleague of ours in the office, Millie. She was standing here. I just randomly asked her what is like the national sport of Philippines or what is like the sports that they play. And she said we play with a wooden small football.
No hands,
Spectacro.
no hands.
No hands.
Just
and I went and I was
bicycle
like,
kicks and
I know
people
this
jumping
sport.
and flying.
I've seen it, yeah. So yeah, Spectacro.
Yeah.
If you think Ronaldo's bicycle kicks are good, just watch this sport.
Just watch this sport on
You'll
YouTube.
forget Ronaldo. We forgot Ronaldo for the 2 minutes that we watched the video. We're like, bro, these guys. But yeah, thank you so much for
Yeah.
joining us today.
Interesting
Good
story
discussion
today. Yeah, I like that.
Very interesting. We
Thank
should
you,
we should
Majid.
have
Thank
like
you.
opinions,
Yeah.
opinion-based one segment, like one story, like should this or should this. But yeah, thank you so much for joining us
Thank
today.
you for joining us today.
Yeah.
Today was Friday, 25th of
Yeah.
April. Forgot to mention the
Yeah,
date
it's
in
okay,
the
it's
beginning. We will be seeing you on Monday. You can catch up all the stories on our Instagram, on our socials. And as Majid always says, please, if you have any comments
there's this
on
one
Majid's forecast, for example, if you think
971
someone else will
playing
win the World
Dubai.
Cup, please let us know. We're up
Wait,
for
we have this 971 Sports Academy tournament which is happening.
Which
We're just
is?
talking about it outside.
Oh.
Some legends are coming to play. Let me just quickly tell you what is happening.
Yes, please.
971 Academy in Dubai. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is the news? Where's the news? There's a football streaming that is happening today. The match starts at 5 today. 5 p.m. You can watch it on Smashi TV. The 971 Academy, they've asked 2 or 3 legends to come and play with their academy kids. So it's going to be a nice game. 2 people are going from our team, so you can tune into Smashi Sports to watch like the highlights and the coverage and what's happening, what's the thing there. But yeah, this is happening. 971 Sports Academy is basically a football academy by RS Bilhassa. You know the guy?
Yeah, the Bilhassa guy. Yeah.
Yeah, the sneaker guy, I think. So he is doing it, and it's in Gems National School, Al Barsha, also Gems Wellington, Dubai, Silicon Oasis. I don't know where they're playing, but
I
this
know.
is
I play
happening.
basketball over there.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. It's a very nice court.
I see Bilhassa getting a signed shirt from Vinicius Jr. on their page. So yeah, big game happening. Tune into Smashi.tv on all the platforms, and we have Smashi.tv now on LG TV.
On LG TV, yes.
New
Yes,
partnership.
a new partnership with LG TV.
I think it will come built in. Yeah, so you can just go and if you have an LG TV, just go go on your store and see there's Smashi.tv. Just watch the match there. And or otherwise use a phone, laptop, whatever you want. Big game coming up. Thank you so much. See you on Monday
Thank you,
with
Majid.
news from the weekend and a lot of matches. Saudi Pro League, UAE Pro League, a lot of things will be happening.
Basketball also, football, handball, everything would be on this. Smashi
Anything
TV,
from the world of
Smashi
sports,
websites.
Smashi Sports is your place to be.
Please.
Take care. Bye bye. See you.
Have a great weekend ahead. Bye.